Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. We're here with a little update on astro. Yeah, we definitely need to talk about this because it's getting really close to the new moon in Virgo, and yeah, that is the opposite sign to Pisces, 12th house, all about transcendence. The 12th house being about transcendence, moving through illusion, when in the higher form of Pisces energy, of course, moving through what we think matters, and it, maybe it actually doesn't. Maybe it doesn't actually matter, because it is about connecting to the higher self when we're looking at Pisces energy. So we're having the shadow of Pisces in a sense with Virgo, with this new moon. This is going to be hard, I'm not going to lie, but it doesn't have to be hard. And what will sort of boil down here is how grounded you are in what you know to be true for you. Okay, we're talking about, well, I'm seeing it as touch on the high frequency plane of Pisces and you'll be fine with this new moon. If you get into the rut of thinking, wait, maybe it's like I'm not, the more we're trying to use our mind to figure out where we're at transcendentally, that's where this is going to be a really challenging new moon. This is a new moon as well that's going to coincide with its ruler, which is Virgo Mercury. Mercury enters into pre-shadow literally on the day of the new moon. Again, it's gonna get really kooky. It's like, does Virgo really know what's going on? I don't know. Okay, when the ruler is retro, and pretty much every planet is retrograde except for Venus, which is real strong, by the way, still in Libra, and Mars, which is the ruler of Aries. We don't really have any personal planets in Aries right now, and Mars, if anything, the ruler of Aries is in Virgo. Again, circling back to the ruler of this new moon, and the ruler of which, the sign, is going to be going pre-shadow retrograde. So it's going to be a time where no one really knows what's going on. I'm just going to say it like that. There might be people who assert that they know what's going on. Absolutely. People, especially who are insecure. Okay, they're going to try and come through and define what's what for you. And that's where you have to just remain in your light. And it may be something indirectly. It's definitely something karmic. It's definitely something, I see it, and this way is my personal interpretation. It is possibly even generational. It is something that, people realize, though, through time. Interesting. It could be related even to businesses. Yeah. And there's a typo in the title of this video. And it's supposed to be warning, but it typed as war IG. So I'm just going to keep it channel message, you guys. I'm not going to change it, in the way that it comes through. Take it as a message if you feel guided. One moment. Really quickly. Yeah, it says war. So, take it as you will. I mean, maybe it's going to be some, listen, you don't have to get involved. This is what I'm hearing. You do not have to get involved. I repeat. And this is reminding me of, why is this playing? 1 second, you guys. Wait. 8 of Cups upright with their family, and, well, maybe that's a message as well. Take it as you will. That's playing from the Pick a Stack reading. So it could be a particular message. Yeah, go check out the Pick a Stack readings if you feel guided. But, no, we were saying, you don't have to get involved. And it's reminding me of the Pisces. And people will try to distract you from what is your personal truth. It reminds me of the Pisces reading with the title, You Do Not Have to Put This Fire Out. Resist the urge to put this fire out. So people are going to, and it's not something bad. It's just that it is something that's coming up. And it comes down, ultimately, it's a good reflection point. It's a good opportunity to say, how do I react to things that I align with and that I don't align with? Do I really acknowledge what I align with and move more so in that direction? Or, what is it that I'm still maybe respecting that I have absolutely no value for in my personal life? And it can be a person, maybe they're asserting something that you don't agree with, and it's like, that's not where I'm at, and I know that, and it's not in a demeaning way, but it's just in a matter of saying, I identify and I illuminate where frequencies are still that are not for my highest good. And ultimately, then thereby, the highest good of all. So it's about you being honest with yourself ultimately at this new moon. And the illusion of Virgo is that you have to know in order to be honest. The illusion of Virgo is that you have to understand in order to be in alignment with a certain space of consciousness. And that's not to say that Virgo is not a good energy. No, every sign is part of the elemental function of this, this time and space we call, we'll say, on planet Earth, relevant to how we are making sense of this experience here now. So, but there are shadows of each sign. And so we should be aware as we move into, if you feel guided to see it in this way, be aware of the shadow of Virgo as we move into the new moon. And this is especially because, the ruler of Virgo, again, Mercury, is also, it's moving back. So it's karmic. Retrogrades, I see them as karmic. Okay? It is, and it's not to just be like, oh, you should watch out, but it's to bring attention to the fact that there are things that are still in focus. I'm hearing that are not in form yet. And what is the past, right? Is it what is time? What is the future? So, is it that we are looking into the future by way of looking into the past? There's something that we have to release, and that is another point of the new moon. Wonderful activities for the new moon, especially in Virgo, is release. Virgo in its higher form is all about initiating balance, similar to Venus, however, Libra, Taurus, however, more so from the standpoint of practicalism. So how do I actually achieve that balance? What actually is also good for me? Yes, in its higher form, Virgo is about self-care. It's about self-improvement, healing, these types of things. So, and you look at your lifestyle. Is it, let's clear the energy around. Some of you have to also absolutely disconnect with frequencies that have no place in your life, and you know it. Okay, yes, these are people, maybe energies, they ultimately have entity attachments and they want to be relevant to you. It doesn't mean that they have to be in your life, okay? And maybe there are people who are very popular or whatnot. You got to be really, 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 really clear here with those energy spaces. And, let us not forget that all generational planets right now are also retrograde. So let's just say it like this. This is a time where you're going to have an opportunity to finally disconnect. I feel it for many of you in this way. I'm seeing pillars of green light here. Finally disconnect from people, places, and things that do not inspire you, okay? And it doesn't mean that they're not, good. It's not about pointing fingers, and that's where the challenge with Pisces comes through, where it's like, well, I don't want to make them feel, unwelcome. No, it's not about welcome or not welcome. It's about who you are to you, and do they disrupt, ultimately, that conversation with your higher self? Are they trying to get involved in the orchestra of how you tell your story out, you for yourself, okay? And if so, well, that's not welcome, right? And we have to be honest with that space. Hey, you're infringing on my space here. That is a sacred space, okay, of how I love myself. And so, don't be afraid to get so-called awkward or so-called mean or so-called uncomfortable, okay, with how you tell your story out. Maybe this is part of it, okay? It's like, I have to get kind of weird with people who absolutely have no moral instinct when it comes to how it is that I interact with I'm hearing with others. Maybe someone's trying to get into your business. This is just coming through as a message, but it's like someone is trying to it will be on a different spectrum for everyone, I suppose, but hopefully no one is trying to frame anybody. If you're dealing with someone, if it's narcissistic, okay, we got a scale, right? If you know somebody's a narcissist, it's like, why are we still talking to them? Why are we still interacting with them? What's going on there? It's time to really purge. Let's just, make a music video out of it. At a certain point, let's just, clear it. And again, it's not to say, hey, I want to put you down or whatnot. It's about saying, I'm going to acknowledge what I need for myself. So, and that's sometimes, if you think about even a diet, sometimes it's challenging when we're just coming from the standpoint of, oh, I don't want this. Yeah, I need to avoid that. It's more, what do I want to be sort of nourishing and nurturing my body with, right? So it's easier when we are understanding where we are wanting to go rather than where we don't want to go. So it's not really just about avoidance. It's about identifying your boundaries. And this is where, again, it's so much about you. It's about you with you. So to be able to be someone, let's say, who is helpful, who is nurturing as well for others, and again, the higher form of Virgo is about, well, this is service. I want to do what's right for you, do what's good for you. You have to understand who you are to you first, and in that space, then acknowledge who others would like to mean to you. And that's where you have to say, hey, I know your intention, and you're not going to be getting in. Let's clear it. You have to get very, because think of it. Let's say that you're a teacher, right? And it's like, what is your overarching purpose and goal is to teach a class, right? You'd love, theoretically, in theory, for everyone to be involved, right? To be in the class and to be partaking in that experience. But if there are certain people who are interrupting the way that the class is taught, you need to call it out, and it's for the highest good of all. And otherwise, it's like, then you're not going to be a teacher. People are not going to be students, and there's just going to be chaos. So what a shame, right? Yeah, let it not get to that point. This is maybe a very particular message for some, but let it not get to that point where we don't know also what we're teaching anymore. Yeah, so, and again, it's not to say that they're bad or negative, whatever it is, it's that it's not in alignment. And who wants to be a class bully, you guys? Come on, right? This is really coming through as a very strong message. It's not even for their good to allow a narcissist or narcissistic energies to be subsisting in a space that they are ultimately also not in alignment with. That's also karmic, and it will be karmic. Yeah, for those who are like, oh, but I don't want to let him go because I don't want to be mean. That's going to be karmic on you as well. And I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune card right here. That's the illusion, especially with the Pisces axis on this new moon. Pisces is about, okay, helping everyone, but when we don't have boundaries when it comes to what actually is helpful to them. Is it really helpful to love someone who doesn't love themselves? No, you have to get out of that situation. This is a very particular message. I don't know, love and light, but I feel like you'll know what this is. And the action, let's clear it. But I cannot tell you what to do, right? Absolutely, you gotta make your decisions, you for you on you, and only you know. Yeah, so there's no absolute, knowledge space, but the shadow of Pisces is that, and that's, I think, the deeper mantra, subconscious shadow of this new moon is that we're feeling like we have to do certain things in order to be real or true or right, and that's not true. So those of you who are in this line of light, okay? And you're acting in this way for yourself. The warning might be that there might be forces that come up that see that, acknowledge that. Either they're jealous, and that's not, again, to make it like a negative thing. They're not in their light. They realize, if anything, somebody's jealous, they realize that you are in the light, okay? But they don't know how to appreciate that. And that's a whole nother, yeah, you got to clear the crown chakra for that. But let's clear it, yeah. Getting back to it, there are energies that might come and try and test you and challenge you. So it's not that you are making decisions that are right for you, absolutely. But, you know, there are people who are not, and you have to be aware of that as well here on Earth. That's why we're here. We're here as Earth doctors, light workers, and people are going to find that confrontational, even if you don't realize that you're not even confronting anybody on anything. For example, let's say that you're just like, you know how many people I've met who wanted to challenge me because I was on a diet? Yeah, because I wanted to heal my gut bacteria. This was years ago, you guys. You know how many people, family members, yes, they want to come through and they want to challenge you and create a whole debate. It's like, I'm doing what I am feeling in alignment with for my highest good. Let's clear it in ground. That tells you something, right? That tells you something. Let's clear it. Love and light to everyone, but yeah, this is where you have to get clear on how you want to act. I'm hearing in persona with others who are still wearing masks. I don't know. Love and light, take it as well. Yeah, masks. I see it as something metaphorical, but yeah. So you might be triggering people indirectly, and it's like, oh, sorry, Sean, didn't realize that you weren't on your own show and that you needed to interrupt mine and try and have something that you feel you're talking about here. Love and light. You got to be on your way now. I'm gonna send you, the raft in a minute. Like, you got to get really intense, and because there is a lot that maybe will come up, but it's a simple truth. It's that you see yourself. So distracting energies. That's what we want to be identifying. Okay, is this something that's trying to distract me and drain me and take my energy and life force, even if I know what's right for me? Is there something riding in, trying to be relevant, and it's not, they may not even realize it consciously. It's not like, hi, light workers, hey, what are these, tentacles? Hi, fuck, it's that time of the year. No, they're not going to give you warning. They don't even know, because if they're being programmed, if they're still functioning in program space, that's the whole point. They're not really aware. They're hijacked. You guys, love and light. It's a possession energy. So if you're not, and you're clearly not in alignment with that, you've got to call it out. You've got to call it out to their shadow. Who wants to hear that? Well, and that will depend. Some people will be more open. Depends on how long the programming has gone on for, right? Like, if you've got a bacterial infection that has had time to take root, okay, it has roots in it, you guys. There are roots, so that's going to be way more challenging. Yeah, so it is kind of like WAR. It's kind of like, but it's about being honest, and the illusion is that you need to fight their demons. You don't need to do shit, and that's where the narcissistic energy will come through and try and make you feel like you got to prove them wrong or right. You don't. That's the whole point. Because if it is not in alignment with you, okay, you have the right to just step absolutely away from it and to just step away. And that's that, okay? But someone who wants to get you into the conversation, that's where their shadow is lurking at, and you have the right to call it out as well. Yes, you do. And to be awkward and, oh my God, you're being so mean. Why are you like, whoa, never seen you like that. Like, you're always so nice. Shut up. You have the right to say no. You have the right to cut it off with an entity attachment. That's where you have to get really brave. Maybe, well, and what is brave? But in the sense of saying, well, I never did that. I never really was like, I never said that one thing to that one person. Get used to doing that, because why is it that you would fear being honest with a certain space, with one space but not another? That's a bully. That is a shadow entity, and that is a narcissistic frequency, and you have the right to call it out. That's the illusion, where people are trying to make you feel like, oh, it's weird that you're being honest. That's exactly that energy right there. So gaslighting, and it's not that I want to talk about this, you guys. It's a warning message, it's a channel message. All of a sudden I felt really guided to talk about this. So it's about illuminating the space. Of course, those who are in alignment with their higher self will appreciate this message. Those who feel like, why are we like talking about like these types of things? Well, enjoy the new moon, and yes, I don't talk to tentacles. just remember that, okay? Yeah, just little frequencies here. We're trying to ride on in with their luggage from like AD, okay? I mean, please. It's time to AD advance. Advance and progress and love and light, but I'm not going to try and explain that to you as well. And that's another red flag energy, you guys, where people are trying to get you, how do we say it? They're like, oh, I'm open-minded. I want to talk to you about like, you know, yeah, like they just want to talk to you, and then they have an agenda. They have an agenda. And they want to get you sort of thinking about your shit. You got to be so careful. Let's get a few cards on that. What is, any clues, any tips as to what can be, what to watch out for? It might be a very particular message. Those specifically who are tuning in, it might be a very particular message. Because, let's clear it. No. This is even something legally, financially. I'm hearing, yeah. It could be a business. It's like they want to make you feel powerless, like you need them. Even psychologically, like, oh, we have the knowledge, we have the information, you must look to us for the announcements. Like, maybe that could be programming energy. Like, it's an indirectly sort of felt thing. Like, it can also be sexism. Yeah. Oh, we are men. You have to like listen to what, there's something like this. I don't know. 3 of Wands, right? Like, it's just a perception though that they hold of themselves, and that's where you have to shatter glass, you guys. You have to shock them in their own hallucination of who they have to hike up on a ladder to be. Like, come on, come down now. Okay, grab my hand, let's go. Let's go, a few rungs down, okay? You're not really that person either. So, and this is maybe on an energetic plane. We have to kind of just be brave here and just be like, so yeah, I'm not operating in that space. Oh, John, I know that's triggering to you. I know that it's tragic. I understand. People might come through with like tears, like fucking tears. What are the tears for? It's about either talking about the truth and being in the light. We're not doing the tears here right now, okay? It's not about, because that's a manipulative energy. This is obviously a very particular message, okay? This is a very particular message. It's like, it's not, this is not like, oh, you shouldn't cry. We're talking about something very particular here, okay? Yeah. Let's clear it and ground. But like, oh my God, King of Wands, I don't know, it's a Tower of Pride. Whoa, fuck the Emperor. Shoot my ego. It's not wearing a helmet anymore. I don't know. Love and light. It's like, why are you, look at this. Why are you wearing a helmet? You don't need a helmet when you're connected to the divine. Like, come on, please. The Temperance card, right? This might be coming down to, people who are so insecure, like, they need to, Ace of Wands. Fuck. Let me get my Ace of Wands out. Shoot. I'm masculine. I don't know. This can be with you as well. It's like, where are you just not being honest? Where are you riding on either polarity? Like, are you riding so much on masculine and like so much on feminine as well? It's like, I'm so feminine, I need a man to be like, more feminine. I don't know. It's like, let's clear it. Like, this is where we're gonna start, calling the jokes kind of like, I'm hearing Targus, one second. Tarjuice. Laptop wall charger. I don't know. Let's clear. You guys are just like at a point though. I feel maybe it's for some. This is something financial. This is a hierarchy. This is something patriarchal. I'm seeing that with the Six of Pentacles. Like, I'm sorry. Somebody even may have to have an intervention here. Walk into a room and say, what's going on? This is not practical. I mean, why are we all talking about things like, I'm seeing people wearing these little outfits. It's like they're pretending like something is realistic. It's not. This is not where we're at. This is not where we're going. Yeah, this is feminine energy resurging, I do feel. The Four of Wands bright, mirroring the Six of Pentacles. But it has been, and it was, and it will be forever. It's like, all right, no, hold on, John. Yeah, Jason, you guys all have the same name practically, right? Let's go. I'll take you by the hand. Let's just come, Carl. Come on now. Let's go. All right. I'm hearing you might want to look at their diet. Maybe that's a common factor. So look at if there is something repetitive going on with the diet. Yeah. This has got bacteria. Let's clear it. It's consciousness. So if you want to understand someone, Infinite Waters Diving Deep, he posted something, this was years ago, like 5 years ago, before I started the channel. I watched one of his videos, and he said something about, if you really want to know who someone really truly is, look at their diet. And I'm getting that right here with the Six of Pentacles of Bright. This is something maybe it's a clue, like you'll be able to spot what this energy is with the Six of Pentacles of Bright. Like, it's something routine, repetitive. Once again, let's clear it. Yeah, Ace of Cups right there. No, this is time to shock people where they're still operating from the ego space. Ace of Cups upright. Oh, I'm sorry, were you under the impression that I would be feeding your ego? Okay, envelope, please. No, we gotta write the letter for this. I'm hearing, we're not on the same page, my friend. Okay, Justice of Bright. This is where you are telling truth by way of just being honest. Thank you for tuning in. This is, and this is gonna be something that you're not gonna be cleaning up. You remember that as well? In other words, you don't have to get into a debate. You don't have to get into a whole fucking argument. That's the point. You're not here to get drained in order to define other people as well. It's about leading the way. It's not about explaining yourself. It's not about saying these are my boundaries. It's just what it is, and it's very clear. And you're not going to tell me who I am. That's right. Yeah. But like, I am taller than you. It's like, so you got to come down from where, how high you really think you are as well, because it's all relative. Okay? Like, I'm looking at your aura right now, bro, and I'm seeing that your balls are hanging a little higher than that. I don't know what that's alluding to. Let's clear. Yeah, no, it's about vibration. I'm not attracted to you. Let's clear. Some of you have to call something out to someone. They maybe think a certain energy. Yeah, that's right. No, it's not attractive. So let's clear it. You gotta call it out, you guys. Maybe you're gonna break up with someone who you know is not in the light. I'm sorry, you're feeding the ego for a period of time. Goodbye. All right, yeah, no, but some of you were encountering certain frequencies. So thank you for tuning in, love and light. If you guys enjoy this period, we'll see you in the next readings. And be strong here, you guys. We're gonna jump onto members as well for further insights as to these transits.